Welcome back to Paradise Killer, another balmy night here on Paradise. And if you're watching these in sequential order as they come out, you may have noticed this one took a little bit longer than usual to come out. That's because of some silliness with YouTube. It had nothing to do with the devs of this game, it's just YouTube being YouTube. But as a reminder, if you ever see any ads on any of my videos, they're not mine. I never do ads of any sort. So feel free to use ad block when it comes to my stuff. If you see an ad, it's not mine, feel free to block it. I want to talk a little bit about these plazas. The overall structure of this game, the map that is, features a lot of rather blunt force sort of setups. Like, here's where this type of building is, here's where this type of plaza is, here's where this type of thing is. That's not necessarily bad. But it does sometimes make it easy to forget which direction you were going. So, just to that end, I wanted to show you this plaza. Sorry, I just had bibimbap, and that means that got a little bit of heat in my mouth still. The fascinating grasshopper. Some people get very obsessive about grasshoppers. Yeah, so this is a nice little plaza, but it is below, I guess we call it water level. It's below the walking level. It's a sunken plaza, which makes perfect sense. But it makes it hard to know which direction you're going. Luck doesn't exist, huh? And I have gone through these plazas several times and tended to get very confused about whether I was leaving it in the right direction. And, you know, that's not necessarily bad. It's something that in small doses works very well. But I've noticed that nearly all of their plazas are hard to navigate. The reason they're hard to navigate has nothing to do with how they're laid out, though. How it's laid out is actually quite clear. We got one side that has this enormous statue and a giant building. We've got another side that is clearly that way, and then we've got the two sides off to each end, which are similar, but since they're not, they can't be mistaken from each other since they're mirror images. But the problem is how you explore these areas. And you're sort of seeing me explore them right now. Silent Goat, the first god we met. Yep, and then he died. We'll bring him back someday. The problem is that as you are exploring these areas, you're trying to find all of the loot, right? You're looking behind all the corners. You're trying to go everywhere that you can go. Lured at Crimson Acid Phone Charm obtained. A Crimson Acid Phone Charm, mostly collected by men, but she has quite a few female fans. I don't know any men that collect phone charms. And I don't know if women would like a phone charm that has giant goat horns. It just seems like it would be hard to put in your pocket, but I guess that's part of the charm of phone charms. I don't know. Anyway, we are running around looking in all the various corners, and what that does is it means that we can't really keep our eye on the anchor points of this location. So it's easy for us to lose track of where we are because we never really orient ourselves in the first place. When we come down, we're not looking for the land markers. We're not looking for the points of interest. We're looking for the glowing icons that tell us that there's loot. At least I am. The result of that is that I am unable to actually see. This is a side quest item. We'll give it to a ghost later. I am unable to actually see all of the anchor points that they put into these settings. It's just an interesting side effect of how the level engagement works. In most games, you know, a giant thing like a giant goat statue would be a pretty handy landmark. No one would miss it, right? But if the way that you're telling the players to engage with the game is by looking at the ground and trying to pick up whatever they find on the ground, then it's actually quite challenging to make a landmark that pops because players aren't looking up, they're looking down. I don't really know what the solution is for that. I to be honest, I'd like to explore what that means at a much more detailed level. I'd like to know more about how to work with that. What sort of things can that be used to? What sort of things can we do to gain from that? What sort of things can we do to reduce that problem? All of these questions have answers. but I don't happen to know them. Sadness drips from this photo. So, this is one of those unlock from the other side gates that exists solely to make you realize that you should be able to jump over things, because it's impossible to get in here without directly bypassing the gate, in which case it's not a shortcut, it's just, you know, congrats, you finished the puzzle. Wonderful crystallized tears. When the moon shimmers, the right mix of intense sadness and anger may cause tears to crystallize as they fall. Someone was crying in the warehouse, maybe? Is there anything over here? I don't see anything. So as you can see, there's nothing that we need with this door. We don't have to go through it. There's no reason for us to ever visit this little nook again. But the one-way door kind of serves as a reward, telling you that, oh, congrats, you finished this chunk of puzzle, maybe. Interesting idea. And that's really what I wanted to kind of get across as we are kind of exploring this game. It's just filled with interesting ideas. Interesting level design concepts that I haven't seen much in other games. Alright, so I know that there is something whispering. There it is, it's over there. That's not it. Yeah, there it is, right here. There it is, I was looking the wrong way. I don't have my headset on backwards, do I? Oh no! You jerks. I just didn't hit the button in time. How do I duck? Duck, duck, duck. Try that again, but without the falling. Boom. Oh no! That wasn't right. The vertical elements of this game are kind of interesting in an unusual way because they are so repetitive. They are just stairs. Stairs that go up and up and up and up and up. I don't know of many games that do that this aggressively. Most games try and put some effort into making those vertical elements have different kinds of segments. You know, you go up a little bit here, then you go over, and then you have to go across, and then you go up some more. In this game, it's just endless stairwells, which is an interesting choice. It's not necessarily bad, but it is certainly something that kind of leads to monotony, which might be the point. Something on the beach. Yeah, I know. You want to get laid. Knives. Knives on the beach. Okay, fine. You put a knife in the right hand and you can change the world. Subtle. Here we are on top of this particular roof. We can look around a little bit, see what's down there. There's the place we started our episode. Over there is where we spent last episode. There. That one? That building? I think it's that building there. Got lots of places to go still, so let's see if we can get there. I hear something whispering. This was quite a roof to get to with only one jump, I'll tell you. I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I have a lot to say about that game too, obviously. Presumably I won't be saying it at the same time as I say things about this game. But they have a kind of similar level system where you're picking up random things on the level. But the difference is malicious secretive cassette. The Syndicate monitor all phone calls so citizens record messages for each other on cassette tapes. So, as I was saying, as you go through the game, you'll find that there are lots of things to kind of look for in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Normally, it's just badges. You pick up Toho badges, or is it Tojo? I think it's Tojo because it's Japanese, not Spanish. But either way, you go looking for these badges, and they're glittering off in corners and all that stuff. So it does convince you to try and move along, to try and look behind the next part of the level, the next place that people want to go. But the problem with it is that the levels aren't built for it. In this game, these levels are built specifically... Oh, look at that. specifically to be explored, see? Like this. Like, how the heck do I get that guy? Actually, when I first played the game, I tried very, very hard to get him by jumping up. There's a glitch in how these bars have their collision set up, so you can, in fact, climb quite a ways by understanding how to duck and hop on the bars. At the time, I didn't have double jump, so I was trying to make it up with just a jump and a dash, and it wasn't possible. But if you have a double jump, you can get to it from that roof up there. Maybe we'll try to do that next. In Yakuza 0, or sorry, Yakuza Like a Dragon, the levels are very city-like. They're flat and they're full of buildings that don't have any detail to them. So the only real thing you can go looking at is, you know, going into a garage or around a tiny corner or something. They're not detailed enough to offer you the kind of wandering that you do in this kind of game, where, you know, looking behind something might be quite a significant side trail. You know, what's back here? Going around a corner, through the underbrush, around the edge, but that's just not possible in Like a Dragon because it's not designed that way. Oh, this is the footpath. We've definitely already been here. It's all good. It's all good. If we're trying to get up, this is the place we want to go. Let's just take a quick little look around this corner, as I was saying. Nope, not in here. That's fine. You can't win them all. Well, I mean, it's a video game. I guess technically you could. It would be very boring. Who's throwing away money? Oh, I guess we know the answer to that. Shinji. Shinji is throwing away money. So here we've got one of these digressions I was talking about. We can see the gem. Should we go around? We can just jump straight across. See? How nice. But I wonder whether or not people who saw that went through the maze. A maze, it's just a spiral. Went through it first. Or whether they jumped it like I did. It's always interesting to see the different ways people will navigate these kinds of worlds. I'm listening for a crackle. Huh. Wow, there's no crackle. But you can see what I'm talking about the repetitiveness of the staircases. This one didn't even have a single break in the staircase. It just went all the way straight to the top. Not even something to find. But there is something up there, and we can get it pretty easily with a double jump. Let's just do a quick little canvas here. No, nothing worth worrying about. This was another building that was a bit of a challenge with only one jump. It's certainly possible, but your jumps have to be very precise, because you can't do air control in this game. You jump whatever direction you pressed. So without double jump, it can be very challenging. A fallen rose. Who knows where it fell from? Who knows who dropped it? I hope the rose made someone happy. It's on the top of a building, so I'm not sure someone dropped it. There you are. I see ya. I guess it's fine. I don't want to overshoot is the problem. I guess we'll do it from this railing. Got it. It stretches further than you think, loved eyes. This has been a millennia in the making. This could bring the whole syndicate down.
Sure.
Did you kill the council? Are you out of your mind? I'm a crippled demon that can barely maintain a physical form. I'm barely even here. There's no way I can go crazy with a knife and kill the whole council. Besides, why would I? I ain't got time for spite. You syndicate aren't as big a deal as you think you are. Just 'cause you just got your noble mission doesn't mean you're shit. There are lots of planets out there. Don't give me this shit about killing them. I ain't one of your suspects. It's impossible. First time you're playing the game, you might be assuming that this is doublespeak of some sort. The game is kind of meta telling you that Shinji might be part of it. As far as I can tell, he's not. He's literally telling you to not waste time on him. Which is fine, I suppose. If you are introducing someone like Shinji, who has the ability to teleport and an obsession with knives, you could be forgiven for your players are definitely going to think that Shinji might be part of it because, hey, you know, he could have just teleported in and gutted him, but he didn't.
The investigator is here.
This is human through and through. There's something rotten in the mix, but gods have bigger interests than you. So he's telling you that this isn't some kind of mythical thing that a god created. This is some humans screwing around with things humans made, and that's exactly what we've got to find out. Which humans? Technically, are we still humans? Well, which people? I mean, a giant red skeleton man isn't probably going to be considered a human. I can hear the whispers. Oh, it's right here. Polished badge, the insignia of a crime clan, ruled by Crazy Davos, a fearful woman with an eye patch. Not one to be fucked with. I think she's in charge of our education right now. Wistful Lover's Padlock, a padlock that symbolizes endless love between two people. This is a thing. When I was in Paris, they actually had to shut down a bridge because too many people had put locks on the side of the bridge. And it was actually so heavy, it was compromising the bridge's structural integrity because it weighed more than, you know, all of the Mack trucks and all that sort of stuff. It was quite interesting. And then they were like, "Could you please put your love locks on this random fence next to the bridge that's not actually over the water?" And people were like, "No, we're going to keep hanging it on the bridge because we want the bridge to fall, apparently." So they closed the whole bridge down. I don't think there's any way to get up there. I don't see any way to get up there. Ah! Never mind. I proved myself wrong. And you can see that this is just more of me playing games the way I play games. I want to go up. I want to see where I can get. I want to go beneath and around and through. And from here I can already see there is another set of tall buildings right across this river. But, we made it. Look at that. But we're going to leave these until the next episode. We've already been in this hallway, this little back alley, several times now. But we've never actually been up these buildings. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. More residential area stuff. Not the most exciting episodes ever, but this is the part of the game I wanted to show you, believe it or not. It's not the part that is, you know, tense or interesting in terms of storyline or anything like that. It's all about how the level is laid out and how it is to explore it, to get pulled into wanting to move to the next point in the level. That's what this game is good at. Where's the nearest phone? Oh well, whatever.